thrill me.
This show is part of the Thrill Me Podcast Network. Experience more on Facebook and YouTube.
It's Review It Man, reviewing what he can. Movies are his jam, so let's get twisted, man. It's Review It Rob.
Heyo, and welcome to the Review It Rob show. I am your host, Review It Rob, coming at you with all kinds of news goodies on this week's episode. Of course, talking DC and horror, as always, is mandatory for every single episode of the Review It Rob show. They'll have some other goodies to sprinkle in there from the movie realm to talk about. Man, hope everybody out there has been doing great listening to this show. Thank you so much for supporting the show and the Throw Me Podcast Network. We appreciate all of you. Hope everybody's doing great. Had a good time since the last time we talked here. Things are going on, man. We're getting into the time of the big time this week. Big things are happening. The big game is coming out. It is happening. It'll be here. The biggest event of this week is happening. And I am, of course, talking about the big game, Hogwarts Legacy. That's right. What you think I was talking about? Something else? No, of course not. Hogwarts Legacy is coming out this week. I have not been more... Sounds like a double negative. I'm so excited for this game. I'm so excited for this game. I haven't been this excited for a video game in I don't know how long. Like, I really got to scratch my brain and like dig deep into the memory bank and try to figure out what the last game I got really excited about was. I mean, maybe Arkham Knight or Uncharted 4, probably one of those two. But man, I have not been this excited for a video game in quite some time. You know me, I love the Wizarding World. Been part of my life since middle school. So can't wait, man. Can't wait to play this game. I have it downloading right now. I'm looking at it on the PlayStation. Got the PlayStation turned on. As soon as it hit midnight here on the East Coast, I turned my PlayStation on, went over to the Hogwarts Legacy because I pre-ordered it a couple days ago. Went to the Hogwarts Legacy, immediately has started downloading. Got some time till I can play this bad boy, but man, I may not go to sleep. I may just wait for this to download and play it. I don't know. May have a new Zack Snyder's Justice League moment where I do not go to sleep. I just stay awake for the event. I go through the event, and then I go to work afterwards. But no, I'm going to take my time with this game. I'm so excited and can't wait to just experience everything. I've been waiting and hoping and clamoring for something like this for the longest time, to have a Wizarding World game that is open world and everything like that. So I can't wait to jump in there and play that. I hope everybody else out there is excited about the game as well and taking it on. I've seen a couple of my mutual friends on social media getting really amped up and excited about the game as well. So can't wait to play that. Yes, the Super Bowl is happening this week as well. The only thing I care about as far as the Super Bowl is the Flash trailer. We're finally going to get to see that. To be the first thing we've seen visually of the Flash video-wise since DC Fandom a couple years ago. So can't wait to check that out. That's the main thing I'm looking forward to during the big game, other than, hanging out with my brother and just watching it. Other than that, things are going all right, man. Don't have too much of a review for you this week. I'm going to talk the Guardians of the Galaxy video game. Finally finished that up. That took up most of my free time, honestly. So I didn't really have a new movie to watch or anything like that. Didn't make it to the theater to see Knock at the Cabin. Maybe I'll do that this week. I did purchase my tickets for Ant-Man Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum Mania or whatever. I purchased my ticket today for that, so I'll check that out next week and I'll have a review for you then. But yeah, man, we got some stuff planned on the Throw Me Podcast Network coming up as well. Please be sure to like, subscribe, share the network with all your friends, family, anybody. Share it with anybody. Post it on a bulletin board at your school or work. Do whatever you got to do to get us out there. We appreciate the help. All kinds of stuff going on the Throw Me Podcast Network. You got this show. You've got the Metal Groove. You've got Mr. Wonderful working on his show that he's bringing back and bringing into a new fold here. You've got Core Memory Unlocked, which is jumping in, of course, to your core memories and unlocking them, babies. And you've got Slasher Report, which they dropped another awesome episode last week. I'm on that show, never, but I'm on that show randomly. I don't care. I'm just doing my thing. I like to poke a little fun. But Slasher Report, they're great show. They're gonna handle the horror news if after my show. So you got my show that comes out with the DC and horror news, and you got Slash Report at the end of the week that comes out with some more slasher horror news that they pick up on. And I got a little bit of stuff they talk about sometimes on my show, and vice versa. It works out. We're a network, baby. We support each other over here, babies. So yeah, check out all the good stuff we got going on the show as well. We've got probably doing this because I'm going against defending my championship. Remember, I am the first ever Throw Me Podcast Network champion. I will be defending my championship against Joe later on this month in a game to be determined. But yeah, I can't wait to do that. First defense. They can never take it away from me, baby, as I am the first ever Throw Me Podcast Network champion. But yeah, we got that going down. So again, please like, subscribe, share the network with all your friends. Stay up to date with all the notifications because we got all kinds of stuff going on, be it the podcast, be it just fun, interactive things happening on our YouTube. We've got a Patreon, which is a special thing going on right now. Zach, who is on our Patreon, he is putting together a movie, man. If you join the Patreon, you could become a producer of that. So help make that happen. Zach, if you're listening, I would like to be an actor. And it would help if you put your boy in the movie. But we'll see how things go from there. But all kinds of fun stuff. Patreon. We got a TeePublic, man. If you want to rep the shows, get that sweet Review It Rob shirt, man. I've got one. It's freaking awesome. Get any color you want. I got mine purple and green, Joker style. So good. Or Hardy's extreme style. Who knows? Whichever way you want to go with it. But yeah, man. I'm so amped and excited right now about Hogwarts Legacy. Like so ready. So yeah, it's one of the reasons why most of my time was spent on Guardians of the Galaxy video games, because one, needed to get it done before Hogwarts Legacy got here so I could have free time and opening to put all my focus video game wise into Hogwarts Legacy. Two, really enjoyed the game, and I really wanted to get through it because it was kept me interested, man. I was really clamoring to get back into it. I really like the game. It's a fun game. The controls are easy enough to get used to. And the action works out great. The story is really good. Actually, the story is really, really solid. The soundtrack's fantastic. I just had a really, really good time with the Guardians of the Galaxy video game, and it's got me a little more interested in playing that Avengers game. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I did love the Spider-Man game. I downloaded Miles Morales. I have that downloaded to play later. Spider-Man 2 is coming out later this year. There's a Wolverine game in the works as well, So, yeah, I'm a little more open to playing these Marvel games. But, yeah, that Guardians of the Galaxy game just hit it for me, man. I don't know if it's because I enjoy those characters or what, which is so shocking to say because going in, I didn't like them. But with the first movie, not the game. I'm used to the characters by the time the game came out. But, yeah, man, solid video game that went very much under the radar. And I said that the last 2 episodes because I've been talking about that. It's mostly what my time has been, is with that and that 90s show. It's been most of my time, most of my free time has been spent there. And yeah, man, I definitely say check it out, especially if you've got, I got it for free on the PlayStation PlayStation Plus. So yeah, it's worth it, man. I definitely say take the time and play it. It's pretty cool, interesting, fun game. Again, the controls aren't that hard, but they are interesting enough that you gotta remember some things because you work as a team. Of course, you're the Guardians of the Galaxy, man. But yeah, it's a fun, solid game that you should definitely give a check out. I mentioned that 90s show a minute ago. That's gonna be the first news I can jump out here real quick. Is that my wishes have been answered. I'm getting it. We're all getting it. That 90s show has been picked up and renewed for a season 2 over at the Netflix. Thank you, Netflix, for bringing this show back. Because again, I enjoyed that show. I had a really good time with that show. I'm so glad it's coming back. I want more. Thankfully, I will get more of that 90s show for sure. So getting that out there. Can't wait to check that season out when it comes here. And then let's just go ahead and jump into more news. And we jump into DC. DC is a lot of stuff going down. Hopefully you saw my video on the Throw Me Podcast Network's YouTube. I did a deep dive on the DC slate, Chapter 1. We finally got some information about what James Gunn and Peter Safran have been working on over there at DC as they're building their universe, the DCU. Separate studios, DC studios over there at Warner Brothers, and they're doing some things, man, and they dropped the stuff. So you want to check that out. It is on the Throw Me Podcast Network's YouTube. Did a video talking about all of it, giving my thoughts on it and all that stuff. Not going to jump in that here because, again, there's a video right there for you to check out. I apologize. There is some weird zooming going on that video. I don't know. It's out of my control. The freaking camera decided to do it itself. I have no control over that. But nonetheless, we've got some fallout, of course, from that DC slate news, and we've got people still asking questions and all that stuff, and James Gunn still being open and answering these questions. So over on Twitter, there has been rumors, and probably all over social media, but I saw this on Twitter, where Superman casting rumors are the big deal right now. They're all over the interwebs. People are claiming that the Superman casting has been taking place, that calls for Clark Kent have begun, and that an actor by the name of Luke Eisner, who I do not know, is apparently the top choice. James Gunn has replied to this tweet saying, quote, false casting has not begun, end quote. So he didn't say anything about Luke Eisner. Is Luke Eisner the top choice? Probably not. But he cleared that up. They are not doing any casting at the moment. Casting has not begun, so of course that person is not the top choice, as we can assume, because they're not doing any casting. Remember, James Gunn said they were going to finish the script before they worry about casting. So he's still working on that script. Movie ain't coming out till 2025, so be patient, my babies. Let's see. Now we move over to the next one. The video games were brought up, because remember, video games are going to be a part of this DCU plan. Movies, TV shows, animation, video games, all going to be connected. Comics as well. So video games came up, and the tweet read that, excuse me, had a cough, didn't want to cough any E's, of course. The tweet read, do you realize that top tier AAA games take 9 years to, 9 years, excuse me, AAA games take 6 years of development, and films take how long? How are you going to join them in the same universe? Rude tweet, but I mean, what else is new? People are rude on Twitter. Gunn responded with, quote, first of all, that's an overstatement of time. It's closer to 4 years if you got everything lined up. Secondly, we've planned out beyond that far already, so we're good, end quote. I love James Gunn, man. I'm so excited about him and just happy that he's in charge of this, man. He's the right guy to take it on. But yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see what they're doing video game wise. Another question about the video game. Someone asked, for those of us who are DC fans who don't play video games, will we still be able to follow the storytelling of the DCU via just the films and shows only? Please let me know. Gunn replied simply with a yes. So if you do not play video games, if you're not a gamer, I suggest that you become a gamer. Gaming is fun, man. Gaming is a good release for me. I mean, it does get stressful from time to time, especially if you're getting your ass kicked, like I was in that Power Rangers game by the Red Ranger. Man, nightmares still. But yeah, video games are fun, man. Video games are fun to play, even if it's like some kind of like random mobile game to play, like a Disney emoji game or something. Like, do your thing. But you don't have to worry about, video games and all that stuff having to play the video game to understand what's going on in the movies and all that stuff. It's gonna be connected in a way, but not so much so that you have to, play the video game to understand what's happening from there. Let's see, more gun talk. They talked about Andy Machete. He said that Andy Machete does have a future with the DCU, said that he's going to be doing some more stuff with us. He's just done something very spectacular with the Flash film, end quote. James Gunn has been talking that movie up, as well as Peter Safran and many around the world, as the Flash being one of the greatest comic book movies of all time. I'm highly anticipating it. I love the Flash. Flash is my favorite superhero. I'm an Ezra Miller fan. I have no apologies. So I can't wait to see this movie and jump in and seeing how it's going to restart the universe. Because remember, the universe reboots right after that, man. Not everything, not all characters are being rebooted, but vast majority of them are. And then it's happening right after that Flash movie. So the universe reset is right after the Flash movie. And I can't wait to see how they're setting all this stuff up, man. But good for them. Glad they're getting Andy on there. I mean, Andy hit it huge with his It film, Stephen King's It, hit it big with that movie. That movie was huge, and he did such a great job with that movie. And I was very excited when he was announced as the director for the Flash film, and I can't wait to see what he's doing. Future-wise, I mean, speculation, there is a Supergirl movie coming. He has a Supergirl in the Flash film. We don't know if Sasha Calle is playing Supergirl or not in that Supergirl film. We'll have to wait and see how that goes, but if so, I mean, maybe he can do that. Maybe he can do the Authority, anything. Is up for grabs except for maybe Swamp Thing, and I'll get to that in a moment. Where does Gal Gadot stand in the DCU has been a question a lot of people have been asking, especially since Henry Cavill has been removed from the role of Superman. Not really removed. He was done. He wasn't under contract. He wasn't hired to play the Superman in the new DCU. He was, again, not under any contract or anything set up for him to continue playing Superman. That was just a cameo for Black Adam. Before that, there's questions about him returning. He didn't have a contract, still didn't have a contract after the Black Adam stuff, and now we know they're moving in a different direction with Superman in the DCU. So we know Henry Cavill's out. We have pretty much confirmed that Ben Affleck is out. He's still expected to be in the Flash film, but future-wise, DCU, Ben Affleck is going to direct something that has been talked about. James Gunn has said that Ben Affleck is interested in directing something, and they are working on something for him to direct. So where does that leave Gal? Gunn said that Gunn had the following to say on this, saying, "Quote: We've talked to Gal. She's up for doing stuff. We're not sure what we're going to do with that." End quote. So they definitely have a plan for Gal. They're working on something. We do have the Wonder Woman, well, not really the Wonder Woman show. We have the Themyscira show coming, Paradise Lost. Wonder Woman apparently is not part of the show. Maybe could be part of the show at some other point in time. Wonder Woman maybe is in the Shazam film. There is rumors of that. We'll see if that happens soon enough. Wonder Woman also rumored to be in the Flash film. We will see sometime later this year if that is true or not. But as for the future, it is open for Gal. They're trying to figure things out to see how things will work there. I like Gal as Wonder Woman. Getting very used to her and the character. So yeah, I mean, if she stays, that's fantastic. I have no problems with that. And I just teased this a moment ago with Swamp Thing. This was talked about in the Slash Report as well. According to Variety, James Mangold, who is a huge, longtime fan of DC Comics Swamp Thing, has approached James Gunn and Peter Safran with an idea for the Swamp Thing film that is going to be part of Chapter 1 of the DCU Gods and Monsters. Mangold posted an image as well on his Twitter of Swamp Thing, and Gunn retweeted the post, which sent the rumors flying even more about the possibility that James Mangold will be taking this on. James Mangold, obviously talented. He's done many good films, including, a little movie called Logan, which is considered one of the best comic book films, just the best X-Men film, by all means. As far as I'm concerned, I think Zach is the same way. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I know he does love that movie. But yeah, he did a fantastic job with Logan. I mean, yeah, give him the opportunity to. I mean, if he's a huge fan of it already, he's already showing interest in it. He's tweeting images of it. Give it to him, man. It's just based on what he did with Logan alone. Yes, give it to him. Oh my God, he can handle that without a doubt. So yeah, give me that, please. Let's see. Continuing with the DC talk, we're gonna move into the Elseworlds because remember, DCU will have the Elseworld stories, and we're gonna be talking about the Penguin here because the Penguin spinoff series. Based off of Matt Reeves' The Batman is happening. The shooting will begin on February 28th, and Colin Farrell has begun talking about it, saying, quote, "It's going to be an 8-part thing around Oz's rise to power, filling that power vacuum created when Falcone was killed." Matt's idea was to have the Penguin show begin about a week after the end of the Batman film, and if it works, if the trajectory, still couldn't say it right, is interesting and the audience goes for it, we do our jobs right. The second Penguin feature will pick up where the HBO show will end. He said Penguin feature, but I'm sure he means Batman feature there. But I don't know of any Penguin movies apparently being announced. Did he just leak that there's a Penguin movie happening? Probably not. He's probably just saying Penguin feature because, he's the Penguin. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Dude, that whole Batman movie in general was just fan-flab-fantastic. Flam. Oh, man. Say that 5 times fast. But yeah, I can't wait to see that show. I'm excited for that show. I'm glad it's still happening over there at the HBO Max. And yeah, man, bring it on. The show has all the purposes and abilities to be something really, really good. And Colin Farrell, what a talented actor he is. So yeah, bring it on. Can't wait to see it. All right, let's jump from that was all the DC talk. We're going to jump into the horror realm now. First bit of news to talk about is that this Wednesday, depending on when you listen to this show, it may be already Wednesday. It may be after Wednesday. It may be a year after. But this Wednesday, the Scream tickets are officially on sale. So if you want to buy those Scream tickets and stab up your bank account by buying the tickets, you can go ahead and buy them this Wednesday. They will be on sale for early advanced purchasing. Also, according to Regal, the Scream movie runtime is 123 minutes. So that'll be, just over 2 hours, which will be longer than the 2022 Scream film. As well, it is longer than Scream 2, which will make it the longest film in the Scream franchise officially. Scream 2 was 120 minutes, this movie 123 minutes, so just 3. It beat it by 3. And that's not the only 3 involved with this movie, as it apparently is also getting a 3D release, which I say to. I don't care. I have no. I don't know. I don't know about y'all. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. I don't care for 3D movies. I have no interest. The last 3D movie I think I saw was Jurassic Park 3D. And honestly, that was just because the movie was back in theaters and I wanted to see it in theaters and just dealt with it. They got the freaking Titanic hitting theaters again, which I was thinking about going to see. And then I saw this 3D. I'm like, no, absolutely not. I have no interest in seeing that movie in 3D. I have no interest in really any movies in 3D, let alone Titanic. Like, what is 3D about? I mean, is the what? What? The fireworks? I don't know. And I know this isn't the first time it was 3D. I know it was put out there before in 3D. I didn't see it then. Not gonna see it now. I never plan on seeing that movie in 3D. Again, I would have seen it. I would have gone to theaters and watched it again because I did recently watch the movie and reviewed it, and been thinking about the movie more, especially with it being around its anniversary and all that. And too bad not seeing it in 3D. And Scream in 3D. I care less. I know there was like a Jason movie that was in 3D. We recently watched that, actually. We did that on the Throw Me Podcast Network. Again, that's why you got to be a part of Patreon, man. We got some fun events going on. We might have one coming up for freaking Valentine's Day. Be prepared for that one. Be on the lookout for that one, man. But yeah, this doesn't interest me at all. And I hope there's screenings that aren't in 3D, and I'm sure there are, because I don't need to see Scream in 3D. I don't need that. There's nothing appealing about that idea at all to me. To other people, probably is appealing and good for you. I know you like it. It has that little, extra nugget for you. Cool. Me, I could care flipping less about seeing that movie or any movie in 3D. Could really care less. That seems like something that was a lot more interesting when I was a kid, and you got like the glasses in like a cereal box or something along those lines, and you watched the show on TV or the movie that was on TV, and you had the one eye was blue, the other was red. That time when you were like a kid and it was really exciting. Me now, mid-30s, could care less. Could really care less. Speaking of my mid-30s, what a time. What a time. Starting to become less like I'm starting to like Marvel stuff more, so maybe I'm just not hating things as much. Watch a NASCAR race, over the weekend. There's drivers I used to not stand. I'm like, nah, whatever. Maybe I'm getting a little, I was already nice. Maybe I'm getting a little more nicer. I don't know. Anyways, let's see. That's not the only horror movie news that broke today. Sony Pictures is like, let me get in on this. They're bringing their horror slasher franchise, I Know What You Did Last Summer, back. And it looks like Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. are in talks to reprise their roles in the franchise. I'm sure Slash Report will cover this news as well. And just see their take, because I don't have much of a connection with that franchise. I've seen both movies probably once. Never ran back, never really needed to run back, and I love Jack Black. He's in part 2. Never needed a reason to go back and watch it. I don't know. It's not one of those movies that's ever really called to me like, oh, I want to check it out again. And I know they recently had a show that came out that did not fare too well. But again, we're capitalizing on the trend of rebooting horror franchises, which is fine. You know my stance on rebooting. If you don't, I don't care about something being rebooted. It's fine. Go ahead and do it. It does absolutely nothing to the original property, so I don't know why people get so bent out of shape about it. But I don't know. I mean, I'll see it, and this will have me watch the other 2 movies. 2? Yeah. I know she did that last summer, and I still know what she did last summer. I don't think there's another one. I really don't think there was. I take it back. There was an I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer on August 15th, 2006. There you go. Knew absolutely nothing about that movie, and I still know nothing about that movie. And I don't think I care at all about that movie. Doesn't look like any of the original cast is in it either. So yeah, whatever. That's happening. They're rebooting it. Not fully rebooting though. They're doing a passing of the torch. Apparently, is how Sony has announced it. It's important not to reboot the franchise, but to do a passing of the torch type sequel, where the original cast members are brought back as a new generation of cast members are added to the ensemble, a la Scream. Yay. So, I mean, we'll see how that goes. I'm sorry if I don't sound excited. I have no connection to the franchise. I mean, if it's cool that Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. will be back. Freddie Prinze Jr., by the way, that guy seems cool. You know, seeing interviews with him lately, he seems like a cool dude. Um, Jennifer Love Hewitt's always been attractive, so I mean, obviously you judge her on other rights, but you know, I don't know. I have no idea what to think. I mean, will Ryan Felipe be back? And Sarah Michelle Gellar? I don't know. Like their characters probably were killed off in one of the other movies, and I just don't remember that happening. I have no idea. I have no idea, but that is happening. Again, stay tuned for Slash Report. I'm sure they'll have a better take on this. Let's see. Olivia Markham has joined the cast of Blumhouse Universal Peacock in Morgan Creek's The Exorcist. Markham is a newcomer who recently appeared in Matilda the musical in the role of Matilda. Ah, good for her. The film is the first in a new trilogy, is currently in production for an October 13th release this year. On the big screen, this is a continuation of the quintessential possession horror film. I'm, honestly very interested in this movie. I recently became a fan of The Exorcist. I know that sounds weird, but over the last couple of years, I've watched the film more, gotten more of an appreciation for the film. Really love it. Creepy freaking movie. Love the theme song um, of the movie. I love all of it. Like I'm really into that movie recently. I hope they bring the house back to Halloween Horror Nights. Um, it was recently in Hollywood again. Hopefully they bring it back to Orlando. But yeah, I am optimistic about this. It's David Gordon Green. It seems like he's following the Halloween trilogy that he just did with another trilogy kind of following the same kind of vein. New trilogy kicking off, sequel to the original film years later. You know, kind of seems around the same vein, but overall, very interesting. Can't wait to check that out. And good for Olivia Markham. Don't know what role she's playing. I don't know if she's gonna be the new youngest lady who's possessed. Don't know. I have no idea. But I will see the movie for sure. And October 13th, Halloween time. Can't wait to see it. Let's see. Chucky season 2 is coming to Blu-ray. Season 2 will be hitting Blu-ray and DVD on March 28th, 2023. Still not on the Peacock. I have not checked to see if season 2's hit Shudder yet or not. Maybe you'll hit it around the March time. I don't know, but I need to buy these. Like I have a Chucky collection. Is the first season on Blu-ray? It looks like it's on Blu-ray. Yeah, it looks like it's on Blu-ray. So yeah, I mean, I should probably buy these anyways to keep the Chucky collection going. I don't really buy physical media too much anymore. I probably should because there's a lot of things being taken away from streaming services lately. But I digress. I should buy both of these. But yeah, I'm still waiting for them to hit Peacock or maybe even Shudder because no Shudder now has season 1 of Chucky. So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. But if you're ready, March 28th, it'll be out on Blu-ray. Let's see. Lionsgate and Blumhouse. Blumhouse. Always doing something. Good for them. They are teaming. It looks like they'll be teaming up for a movie called Imaginary. An imaginary young woman returns to her childhood home, only to discover that the imaginary friend she left behind is very real and very unhappy she left. Wow. What an idea. What an idea for a movie. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. All right, let's see. That's it for the horror news. So now we're going to move over to the little extra nuggets of news before we close out this episode. First one being Batista is very, very sure. He is making it very well known that he is done with playing the character of Drax. As he was recently on a late night talk show and was asked again about the question, he said, quote, "Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why it's news. This is the 7th film as Drax and my 3rd Guardians movie. It was like our trilogy. That's kind of what we all signed up for, to do a trilogy, and I think this will be the last version of our Guardians of the Galaxy," end quote. So yeah, he's done playing the role of Drax. He's ready to move on. And their version of the Guardians. I'm sure they'll bring in other Guardians, but this will be the last version of our Guardians of the Galaxy. So a lot of stuff's going to happen in that movie. They're going to make me cry, aren't they? Let's see. Continuing on, he said, quote, "We all had those perfect character arcs and such a storybook ending. I constantly relate it to the way I ended my wrestling career. I ended it on a storybook note, and I would never go back and tarnish that, and it's the same with this. With Drax, I just got to the end the perfect way, he added, and I would never sign up for another job as Drax just to get a paycheck. I would tarnish that perfect ending, and I won't do that. End quote. I don't remember his exit from wrestling. I don't. Triple H? I don't remember. I don't remember his last match. I'm gonna have to look that up. He hasn't been back, and it sounds like he's not coming back, by the way, as well. From what I read right there. Now, of course, in wrestling, you never say never, but it sounds like he's done with that wrestling, and he's definitely done playing Drax, man. Unless there's like something very special for him to come back for to play the character, it sounds like he is done with it and ready to move forward. So good for him, man. Batista, I remember his wrestling career is one of those guys I wasn't the biggest fan of, but definitely growing older. Same with Cena, growing older, just liking them more, especially in their roles outside of wrestling has been interesting. And then going back and watching their old wrestling stuff, like, yeah, they were cool, man. So good for him. Wish him the best luck on his future films, including his future films. Batista talked about the Dune movie. I almost called it the Dune movie. The Dune movie. And mostly talking about Austin Butler's performance in the film, confirming that Butler sounds nothing like himself or Elvis in Dune Part 2. And that's a thing that's been going around for a while, is that Austin Butler just sounds like Elvis all the time now. The dude did play the character for like 2 or 3 years. Like he was locked into that character for a while. So he probably had a little bit of time shaking that off. But Batista had the following to say: "He's just the sweetest guy you'll ever meet. I don't know who this guy was, but it's not Austin Butler. It's not Elvis. His voice is different. His look is different. Everything about his demeanor is terrifying," which got me more interested in that Dune movie. I haven't seen the other Dune movie, um, but yeah, that's got me more interested in this one right here. I like Austin. I thought he's fantastic as Elvis. I'm glad he's getting all the praise for his role in Elvis. We'll see what ends up happening Oscar-wise. Brendan Fraser will more than likely win the award. But man, I can't talk enough about how good Austin was in that role as Elvis. So it's got me interested in more of his stuff. I don't remember much of anything else he's done. I think he did like Nickelodeon and Disney stuff, but can't wait to see more of his stuff, especially if he's playing a terrifying character. That sounds very interesting. So we will be talking about Dune at a later point in time. Let's see. Speaking of Elvis, today the trailer for Agent Elvis dropped. This is the new animated film that will be hitting Netflix with Matthew McConaughey. Hey, doing the voice of Elvis Presley for the animated comedy. Let's see. Elvis Presley trades in his jumpsuit for a jetpack when he is covertly inducted into a secret government spy program to battle the dark forces that threaten the country he loves, all while holding down his day job as the king of rock and roll. That show is gonna be. Check the trailer out. It's gonna be a fun time. I can't wait to see this. Like, watching the trailer does sound a lot like just Matthew McConaughey, but I don't care. It looks like it's gonna be a good fun time. Like that, I'm just beyond interested in seeing this happen. It does have the Presley families um, backing. Priscilla was part of the show, so yeah, man, I'm excited for that one. I can't wait to check that out for sure. I saw that trailer again earlier today. I was like, man, what an idea! What an idea! I mean, of course, Elvis would be a secret, government spy. Why not Elvis? Elvis can do it, man. Hacha! He can do it. All right. Let's see. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence have revealed that they're definitely reteaming for a fourth Bad Boys movie. They revealed that they're definitely reteaming for a fourth Bad Boys movie for sure. Cool. I guess I don't remember liking Bad Boys 3 all that much. I don't know. Maybe I just watched it at the wrong time. And also, of course, now Will Smith is just not in the best light for a lot of people with his actions at that award show recently. I don't know. I mean, best of luck to him. I think the Bad Boys franchise, the first movie, really good. Second one, maybe even better than the first one. Probably need to rewatch the third one. And then, there is casual interest for me in a third bad or fourth Bad Boys movie, but I don't know. Like I said, right now, Will Smith has left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth, so we're gonna have to see how that all turns out for him and how this movie will get going. I'm sure some people have already passed it. You know, time changes and heals things. So we'll see how things end up working out by the time that happens. But yes, Bad Boys 4 is happening. I wonder if Beverly Hills Cop 4 happening had anything to do with them being like, hey man, let's do a fourth Bad Boys movie. I feel like both of those are something that have been in the subject of conversation for a while. I don't know. That's all it takes sometimes. Just seeing another movie. It's like, hey, we're doing a fourth movie. Hey, we want to do a fourth movie. So we'll see. I will say I am more interested in Beverly Hills Cop 4 at the moment than I am Bad Boys 4. All right, and final bit of news. Liam Neeson was asked about if he would return to the Star Wars franchise or the Batman franchise. First being asked about Star Wars, Neeson had the following to say, quote, no, Star Wars, no. He answered, as much as I admire them, there's just so many of them now, so I've lost track, unfortunately, end quote. Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen, I guess. I'm sure he could be persuaded back because I feel like he said that before, and he did end up showing up in Obi-Wan. So we'll see. I think he showed up. Maybe they just used his digital image. I don't freaking know. As far as Batman, he said also, quote, no, I've already done that in Batman Begins with Christian Bale. I was Ra's al Ghul. He wasn't really a bad guy. He was trying to reorganize the world as it needs to be organized, end quote. Thanos before Thanos, eh? Which confirms my point even more that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is just Batman Begins and the Harry Potter films put together, but nonetheless, not as good. I said it. I got it in there, and I mean it. Damn it. But so yeah, the Neesons will not be back in Star Wars or Batman. I would have to say more than likely he would show up in a Star Wars film before he shows up in Batman. Again, we're getting all kinds of worlds and stuff happening. Who's to say Christian Bale's Batman universe doesn't get pulled into the DCU somehow through whatever happens at the Flash movie? We don't know. We already got 2 Batmans in that bad boy. Who's to say we wouldn't get another one? Who's to say? Plenty of people will say it, but who will know until we see the movie? Only the people that made the movie. That's right. That's right. Okay. Remember Andrew Garfield talking about how he wasn't in Spider-Man No Way Home all that time? All that time a man was sitting there saying he was not in that movie. Guess what happened? He was in that damn movie, wasn't he? So any and everything can happen movie-wise. They are always keeping it secrets, which is good because I want them to keep the secrets. I don't need the spoilers. That's why I gotta go see these freaking movies early as possible now. That's why I gotta go see Ant-Man at 10 freaking p.m. on Thursday preview night because I don't want any freaking spoilers happening. Okay, it's hard. It's hard out here for a movie fan. We gotta avoid spoilers left and right. Even on even these non-big budget movies, we still gotta avoid spoilers left and right. Unless you're my brother Tombstone Josh, who just wants to see this. What? I still don't get that. I don't understand that at all. But to each their own. That's gonna do it, man. That's all the news for this episode. Again, play the Guardians of the Galaxy video game. But before that, play the Hogwarts Legacy game because it is almost here. Friday, right? Friday this week it comes out. I pre-ordered it, so I got the extra days, baby. I pre-ordered that deluxe game. I got that 3 days before release thing going on here. Oh my god, so tempted to call out of work. I'm not going to, because I gotta save those days for the HHN trip. Which, by the way, booked my hotel. Booked my hotel. I'm so freaking excited about that. You know me. I love Halloween Horror Nights. I'm so amped up and ready for Halloween Horror Nights every year. I'm so excited about that. That's the main thing I look forward to every year. And my babies, it has been booked. Cannot wait. So excited about that. So excited about Hogwarts Legacy. A lot of exciting times happening right now. We got the freaking Flash trailer coming this weekend. That's more exciting times right there. We got the Thrill Me Podcast Network doing awesome events. That's more excitement right there. Again, follow the Thrill Me Podcast Network everywhere you can. YouTube's, Patreons. Join the Patreon. You can be a producer. Find out you can be a producer for the freaking movie that Zach is working on right now, man, that I may or may not be. I'm not in it. I'm not. I mean, let's be honest with you. I'm not in it. Should be. I'm a fantastic actor. That's what I tell myself every day when I look in the mirror. But, anyways, get that stuff going on. You got the awesome t-shirts over there on not even t-shirts. You can get laptop cases, posters, freaking other stuff, stickers, all that kind of cool stuff going on over there. Facebook, Instagram. Follow us everywhere, man. We've got some fun stuff going down. Like I said, there may be a special, Valentine's event going down coming up. You've got me defending the championship the Throw Me Podcast Network champion, first ever champion of the Throw Me Podcast Network. It'll never be taken away from me. And yeah, man, good times. So that's the show. That's the show. Be on the lookout for all the other fun shows we got coming out this week. Again, we've got The Metal Groove coming this week. We've got Mr. Wonderful with his show. Is it his? I think he's still doing the best of right now as he's working on the new show. But nonetheless, check out that best of stuff, man. He's got some great content over there. We got some more core memory unlocked, and you got a slash report. And again, I keep forgetting about this because defending my championship against him, I shouldn't be promoting his show. But nonetheless, I am a good guy. I'm a Hufflepuff, and again, I'm a good guy. So I guess this is growing up is also part of the network. You can check that show out as well. But that does it for this week's episode. Catch me on next week's episode where I'll be talking about probably Hogwarts Legacy the whole freaking time, man. And maybe a Knock at the Cabin if I go see that. But nonetheless, speaking of Patreon stuff, I posted. We got the 2 movies picked for Spin the Wheel, Stream the Deal, Episode 2. That should be coming soon. It's going to be a thriller film named Twisted. That's over on HBO Max, and on Peacock, it was a drama film named All the Little Animals, which has Christian Bale in it, so tie into some stuff we talked earlier, man. But that does it for this week's episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked all the news nuggets and all that good fun stuff, man. Have a good, safe weekend. If you are watching the Super Bowl, please be smart. Don't do anything stupid. Don't drink and drive. Any of that stuff. Be smart. Be strong. I don't care about any of the teams. I don't care about the Super Bowl. Rihanna's cool. Alright, I like Rihanna. The only thing I'm worried about is the Flash trailer. We'll get some more movie trailers, but the only one that matters is the Flash trailer. And that's it. I said it. End the episode right there. Thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate all of you. I will be celebrating an anniversary. Holy crap. Next time we talk, I will have an anniversary to talk about. And again, Throw Me Podcast Network, we have an anniversary to talk about. 2 anniversaries happening this month. Holy flippin' flark, man. That is so awesome. But yes, so many things to look forward to. This is awesome. Thank you for listening to the show. Appreciate all of you as always. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, share it with your friends. My show, the Throw Me Podcast Network, all the good stuff. And remember, as always, it's so fitting because Hogwarts Legacy is coming out. Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one remembers to turn on the light. Talk to you all next episode.